I'm Vera Claes. I'm responsible for the Progressive Women's Movement. I'm also in the board of the Gender Institute in Belgium, where I have been president for eight years. And we've been working together with Martyr Brigade and with Jens. In fact, we're the first client of the Martyr Brigade in 2005, when we did our first Equal Pay Day. Later on, it became an international campaign. We went to Europe for the European campaign. So I will talk you through what we did on equal pay and how you can get equal pay in your creative industry. So first of all, I would like to introduce the film we did this year for equal pay.
Pregnant? Yeah. You're... No.
Some African countries, women go back to work immediately after giving birth, while the man suffers at recovery.
Shut up. So, listen, just take my advice, right? Maybe head back and leave it up to us.
Pregnant women are smug. Everyone knows it, nobody says it, because they're pregnant.
No, it's fine. I'm okay.
Yeah, your water broke, finally. Oh, well, you should probably get to the hospital then.
No, I don't need to go.
Well, in that case, can you clean this up? Because that's disgusting.
You say you're walking on air. You think that you're glowing, but you had been hoeing, and now you're pregnant. Because pregnant women are smug.
Oh my God, are you still pregnant?
Says it because they're pregnant.
Amazing.
You're just giving birth now. You're not Mother Earth now. Pregnant women are smug. Everyone knows it, nobody says it, because they're pregnant. Son of a gun. You think you're so deep now, you give me the creeps now. Now that you're pregnant.
So what's the idea behind this campaign? Women, there's only one message. When you want a child, when you want children, just wait until your retirement, because otherwise it will be too difficult for your campaign, for your career. And you will see that that's what it's all about, the pay gap, the gender pay gap. I did some research on the gender pay gap in the creative industry, and I'm quite surprised, but it's quite good. It's only 10%, I should say. It is 10%, the gender pay gap in the creative industry. There were a few results in your excellent survey you did, which surprised me quite a lot, but then on the other hand, it didn't. One of them is the fact, see the difference between men and women, 45% versus 27% of men and women saying, I haven't been promoted and I'm not expecting a promotion at any time. So that's quite a lot. Also, men are twice as likely to be in senior roles than women in your creative industry. So we should do something about that. And guess twice who is saying getting a pay raise seems more complicated than the Brexit deal. Is it a man or is it a woman who says this? Of course, it's a woman, because indeed it is more difficult for women to get a pay rise, which doesn't mean that they don't ask it. People often say, but women don't ask for a pay rise. Yes, they do ask for a pay rise, but they don't get it as much as men do, which is unfortunately. I'm wondering, because I just have 10 minutes, but I'm wondering, do I still have to explain, after I heard Laura and Frederick, do I still have to explain why it's so important to have gender equality in the creative industry, or to have equal pay in the creative industry? I don't think so with this audience. Just let me say that it's a basic human right. It's just like that. We have a world with 50% women, even more than men. So why, let's share everything, let's share the power. Also in creative industry. Everyone should be involved. CEOs, accounts, the whole working floor. I have prepared 2 steps how you can introduce a gender pay gap action plan in your business. The first thing to do is get the facts and figures. That's what was already shown in the excellent survey you did with Creative Belgium. Make an audit, make a report in your own company to see how are salaries divided between men and women, and get a diagnose, which a very interesting roadmap from the government of the UK is 8 ways to understand your organization's gender pay gap, which is in fact a roadmap to get through the salaries in your company. That's the first step, facts and figures, because wage transparency is still a difficulty. Ask your colleague how much she earns or how much he earns. That's so difficult. No one says that. In Belgium, there's still a taboo on it. In United States, first question is, what's your name? The second question is, how much do you earn? But in Belgium, no, it's still a taboo. So that's what we tried to break through. Talk about how much you own, how much you, what's your salary. Second step is what I say in Dutch, betaal uw stoelen, niet uw mensen, which means, well, in translation, pay your chairs, not your people. What I mean is, that's a chair, it's empty, and it doesn't matter whether there's a woman or whether there's a man on the chair. Your payment, your wages, should be objectivized, should be in function of not who is on the chair, but what's the chair about, what's the work the chair is doing, and not if there's a woman or a man on it. Second fact is that women feel more comfortable with collective negotiations. If we know that if women have to negotiate individually, it's more difficult for them. So if you have collective negotiations on wages, it's easier for women. Also, make sure to have a gender-minded HR policy, which is what Frederick already talked about. Make sure that training is open to everyone, to men and women. Make sure that there's mentorship, that there's networking. Make sure that you're not sticking together in an old boys network. And then the last one is also on an individual level. We will be celebrating this year in Belgium the 15th anniversary of Dolomina. What did they say 50 years ago? All men should do the dishes. We won't stick to that one anymore. We will all buy a dishwasher, of course. But then, and that was the campaign of last year, we will ask, we should divide the shitty jobs. on an individual level too. And that was the campaign we did last year, where we won silver in Cannes. Manly men aren't afraid of shitty jobs, like the shitty jobs at home. So that's indeed make sure that you divide everything at home too. So voila. If you want, I would like to, go to equalpayday.be or equalpayday.eu to see all our famous films from the last years. And there's a very interesting manual on equalsalary.org, which is a UK website, to see how you can go to how you can become a company which is where the gender pay gap. Where you can see how you can get through to stop this gender pay gap in your organization. Thank you.